Man, this is H1, and we're about to be running it back with another episode. We are going to be going over the World Chess Championship by Bobby Fischer and Boris Spassky. Yes, sir! We're going to be learning about chess knowledge, chess with some chess understanding. We're going to be going over all the mistakes from both players and all the correct moves from both players, too. The psychological factors and the time control. We're going to learn deeply about both of these players. And this is going to be a series. I'm not just going to be going over all these games right now. Maybe I'm going to divide it up into like 10 minutes. You know, we're going to be going over all the games with my YouTube family right quick. Because here's the thing. It's important for you to know these classics. And if you don't know these games, we got problems if you don't know these games, because literally if you don't know these games, then you can't be a great player, honestly. Because every great player knows about these games. So just sit back and relax, eat some popcorn, get a soda, eat a Snickers bar, or do whatever you need to do, because we are going to be going over this famous game. And maybe throughout this tournament, I will describe to you what is the match of the century. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Let's go over the details. And let me just tell you that all my information comes from Wikipedia, and I don't need any on the comments like, Wikipedia isn't right all the time. That's not a good source. Tell me what source to get it from in the comments down below. Okay, because I got it from two sources, Wikipedia and another website, an art of chess games, something, I don't know. But this is Bobby Fischer, who was basically a genius in the chess world in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And he earned the right to challenge Boris Spassky in a title run. And there was nobody as good as Bobby Fischer at that time. He defeated Mark Tominov, he defeated Bent Larsen, and Bent Larsen, he had a perfect score, 6-0. Like, seriously? 6-0? He was a beast. And he defeated the ex-champion Petrosian. He won 6 games and a half, and Petrosian got 2.5. So now the stage was set, and the only thing standing in the way between Fischer and Spassky was himself, because we know Fischer, he kind of had some problems. Okay, the match was set in Iceland, and Fischer didn't really sign or confirm his participation in the tournament, but he began to make a number of demands. A couple of the demands were the percentage of television rights, a larger prize fund, and all manner of conditions covering everything from the lighting to the chair cushions. Did you hear this? He wanted Boris Spassky to change the cushions of the chair. Let me just continue. If y'all don't think that's crazy, that's cool. You know, we're in 2021 right now. You can't be doing this and not a gaming chair. Basically, Bobby Fischer wanted a gaming chair in 1972. It wasn't invented yet. So, one guy, a British chess promoter named James Slater, satisfied Bobby's demands of a larger prize fund. So he donated $125,000 to be added to the prize fund. And this was back in 1972. And Fischer still needed more convincing by a last-minute phone call, which it was the phone call of his career, because mere hours before he would be forfeited, Fischer arrived in Iceland. Okay, now let me just tell you all the matches that had to be displayed, and the time control. The match was played as the best of 24 games, and this was the World Chess Championship game, and with wins counting 1 point and draws counting a half point. And if both players get a tie, 12 points, then the defending champion, which is Spassky, would retain the title. So Fischer had to win more games than Boris Spassky. Now, the whole match ended once one player got to 12 points and a half. Some more key details. The first time control was 40 moves in 2.5 hours. There was 3 games per week and was scheduled on a Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. If there was a game adjourned, like a game that had to be stopped for the next day, it had to be continued on the next day. And Saturday was a rest day, and over the course of the whole match, it was nearly 1,000 moves played on the chessboard. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the history of everything. We're gonna be going over some more stuff that happened during the tournament, but let's go over the first match of Robert James Fischer against Boris Spassky.
I know. I spoke a lot about it, but I got it all in. Trust me, it was hard. It was hard. And you know what? Let's begin the match. Fight! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah.
Time to get ghetto. Okay. So we got Boris Spassky as white and Robert James Fischer as black. Let's get into it. Let's turn on the engine and make sure that their bad mistakes is notified, and so that you can see it and I can see it too. Because they wasn't perfect, but they knew how to play chess without computers, which that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Okay. D4, knight f6, c4, e6, d5. Let me I gotta check one thing right quick. Okay, bishop b4, e3, bishop d3. Okay, so we got this. So I think we're gonna be heading into some Nemzo Indian defense type of variation. It's called the normal variation. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're going into. This has been played a lot, especially this next move. So about 3,000 games in this variation right now by the Elite Chess database. Let's get into it. A3. Okay, move the bishop back because it was attacked. Move that knight back. Okay, we just took this pawn now. So I think white is going to be forced with this isolated D pawn if they capture this pawn. Okay, we put the bishop back. Okay, so we're definitely planning on taking it, but now that's giving white the option to take the pawn. But I think that position would just lead to a draw. So if white took the pawn and we just trade like this, yeah, that would lead to a big draw. Not too much stuff, but white might have did it. This is my first time even looking at this. Yes. So white did do this. Boris Spassky, classical player. Hey, from Mother Russia, for real. Okay, so we got bishop b2, bishop d7, rook a to c1, rook fda. Okay, let's get into it. We're trading a knight. Ah, snap. Look at Bobby Fischer with the sneak peek. You see that diagonal? He's trying to snatch up that rook. Nothing special really happened. Like, for example, me looking at this position is pretty much equal. Nobody have did a really bad move yet, and both players still have 2 bishops. It's exactly the same. It's a static position, and I can tell it's a static position because the pawns are exactly on the same files, and there's no dynamic pawn structure. So yeah, this should be an easy draw. So bishop e3. Okay. Let's get into it. Oh, we're trading pieces. This seems like a draw. This doesn't seem nothing more than a draw. If this isn't a draw, then I don't know what a draw is. Knight e4. Rook c1. Rook captures. Bishop captures. Move the pawn up to f6. Knight a5. Attacking this pawn right here. Defending the pawn. And if you look in this position, you might be thinking, what's going on here? What happened was we got another draw by these grandmasters. Even back then, they knew that they knew this was a drawn position. But at the same time, Bobby Fischer didn't get everything that he wanted. Now, this was the first match of the tournament. And everybody, this match was not a quiet environment. There was television, people taking pictures, and it was those big ugly cameras too. It's not like the cameras that we have now. It's not like the iPhone 13 that just came out with a better picture, with a better, what did he say? A retina display? Man, come on, just get an Android. Stop playing with the iPhones. Shoot, don't subscribe. Don't subscribe. Hey, wait a minute. Just because I'm talking about iPhones doesn't mean for you to hit that dislike button. Don't be doing it. I'm just saying Android is better. Okay, back to the game. But anyway, yeah, this was a drawn position. Clearly, Bobby Fischer wasn't in his fighting mood this first match because he didn't get everything that he wanted. But he did get that prize fund, though. But still, there were some things that was still working him up. Okay, just watch Pawn Sacrifice. That pretty much was accurate to the whole setting of this tournament. Okay, let's get into it. So King D3, hit that knight, and he had to move the knight. He can't just do like a move like this because this capture would ruin White's pawn structure, and then Black would have the winning, like kind of winning position, the edge. And in this position, Black couldn't really, in this position, White couldn't really push for a win because they don't have a superior position. So yeah, we had to move that knight. So we moved the knight. Bishop c7. What was that? Hey, kind of mess. Is everything good? Everything better be good. Up here, I couldn't hear myself for a minute. Okay. So same color bishop ending. Definitely a draw since, like I said, all the pawns are definitely on the same files. So all pretty much Black had to do was maybe a simple king move. I would have did king e7. Kind of wrong because I'm not like an endgame expert. The computers are saying h5 is good. Anything is good in this position. But this is the famous mistake of Bobby Fischer's career that everybody remembers, and that when this mistake happens, everybody's like, aha, he did that bishop mistake. And the only major mistake that you could do in this position is take this pawn. And you might not think that this mistake is horrible, but it is really bad.
No,
like,
God, please, no.
Why did he do that? And then White was pretty much like, it was pretty much like,
over here.
And let's just see these moves right quick. We got G3, trapping the bishop. The bishop isn't going anywhere. If the bishop goes back, then king e2. So the only way, the only hope that Robert had was h5. h5. But White demolished Black after this position. King e2. Chasing that bishop. h4. King f3. King e7. King g2. H takes g3. F takes g3. Bishop takes g3. King takes g3. And now White is up a whole piece. I know Bobby Fischer had that feeling in his pit like, did I really just do that? That was so horrible. 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 But he had to deal with it. There's no other way. This was the World Chess Championship that this mistake happened in. This wasn't just any ordinary tournament. He defeated already the ex-champion. 4 more wins. And then he did a mistake like that against Spassky? Fischer. Come on. But let's see how this game ended. I'm not going to give him too much of a hard time. So, King D6, King D5, King E4, protecting the pawn and attacking the A pawn, Adam. F5, King H4. This is past winning. This is done now. This is losing. And let me just see where the major mistake was. It was this move right here. That was the major mistake. But that was his only best move. So that says something about engines. Sometimes engines don't know anything about ending games. For real. You think they do, but they really don't. So Boris Spassky did his thing. And it was pretty much over. White was pretty much putting the black king into Zugzwang, and White just went on to win this game. Just 4 more moves. And in this position right here, black resigned. And I hate to do this against you, Bobby Fischer, but Boris Spassky, he capitalized on the mistake. So he is going to get the... I know. You didn't want that against Bobby Fischer, but I'm not biased. I'm not a biased person. Only sometimes. Don't be playing around. I'm only biased sometimes. But black resigned. This was the first game of the World Chess Championship. Come back for round 2. If there was a round 2. I just caught your interest with that one. I just caught your interest. If there was a round 2. I just hope somebody sent Bobby Fischer another voicemail, you know, something like this, something that's really encouraging. Like hey, let me get my Could they send voicemail in 1972? Okay, I'm gonna try this. Bobby, what's up? We've been friends for like 20 years, and that game that you played, why did you take that H2 pawn? Just tell me, like, what was the problem with that? Bro, I'm not from Russia, okay? I'm just asking the question. You didn't? Did he really just hang up on me? Come, Bobby. Catch me next time. Peace.
It's no turning back, pressing on toward the vision. Yeah, I see where we was, and I see where we going. It's no turning back, pressing on toward the vision. Yeah, man, we choosing to get up and keep it moving. It's